Yeah, hi there. These comments are for Adriana. This is Michael. And it looks like today you're working on 3 different pronunciation exercises focusing on sentence rhythm. And you also completed 2 different independent practice tests. So what I want to do right now is to give you feedback both with your pronunciation and with your TOEFL speaking. And hang in there. Keep up the good work. Okay, so sentence rhythm. Let me go ahead and find out in my book where this is. So I remember you did the grammatical word endings and syllable division not too long ago. And you also worked on your word stress. Okay, I think I got it. Okay, let's see how you're doing. And remember, one of the things you can do here to really focus on the rhythm of English is music. Listen to a lot of music over the next 2 weeks and really focus on what I taught you in the lesson. Remember that sentence rhythm is a combination of stressed and unstressed words in the English language. And the only way you know what words are stressed or unstressed words is you have to identify what's called the content words and the function words. And those are the things that you're learning in my TOEFL pronunciation lessons right now, is how to identify the difference between those 2 groups of words. Okay, here we go.
Humpty Dumpty. Humpty Dumpty sat on a wall. Humpty Dumpty. Humpty Dumpty sat on a wall. Humpty Dumpty had a great fall.
Good, exactly. And say the word great, not great, but great.
All the king's horses and all the king's men couldn't put Humpty Dumpty together again.
Yes, your rhythm is good there, very good.
Rain, rain, go away. Rain, rain, go away, come again another day. Little Johnny wants to play.
And I would say not Johnny, but Johnny.
The Cat and the Fiddle. A cat came fiddling out of a barn with a pair of bagpipes under her arm.
Don't forget bagpipes. Put more air on the P. Bagpipes.
She couldn't sing nothing but fiddle-dee-dee. The mouse has married the bumblebee. Pipe, cat, dance, mouse.
Yes, that's good. You're putting equal stress on all those words. Why? Because you have either nouns or you have verbs there. Pipe, cat, dance, mouse.
We'll have a wedding at our good house.
Yes, your sentence rhythm is good again. So take the pronunciation of the word good.
Jack be nimble. Jack be nimble, Jack be quick. Jack jumped over the candlestick. Jack jumped high, Jack jumped low. Jack jumped over and burned his toe.
Yes, good, perfect.
Yankee Doodle. Yankee Doodle came to town, riding on a pony. He stuck
I would say they're pony.
a feather in his hat and called it macaroni. Yankee Doodle came to town, riding on a pony. He stuck a feather in his hat and called it macaroni. Yankee Doodle, keep it up. Yankee Doodle dandy. Mind the music and the steps, and with the girls be handy. Father and I went down to camp, along with Captain Gooden. The men and boys all stood around, as thick as hasty pudding.
Okay, the men and boys all stood around.
Yankee Doodle, keep it up. Yankee Doodle dandy. Mind the music and the steps, and with the girls be handy.
Okay, pretty good. So you have the sense from doing this lesson, you're definitely differentiating between the content and the function words, and you're putting more stress on those function words based on how you read those rhymes. Okay, let's go to the next one.
I would like to check out this book. Could I see your ID card so I can process your request?
Yes, you're getting it.
You can avoid fines and penalties by returning library materials promptly.
Excellent. Very nice.
Looks like we are going to be busy this quarter.
Yes, so when you have the auxiliary verb and the main verb, put more stress on the main verb.
Many students are not admitted into top-notch universities due to their low admission test scores.
Again, their low admission test scores, in the very end of that sentence, it's very heavy, and you have to put equal stress on all those words, which is exactly what you did. So let's go to your paragraph reading.
Mount Whitney is the most frequently climbed peak in the Sierra Nevada, if not in the United States. The elevation of the summit is 14,495 feet, or 4,417 meters.
Now, whenever you're doing numbers, you have to put a lot of stress on the numbers like you're doing. It's very, very important.
Which makes it the tallest U.S. mountain in the lower 48 United States.
Pretty good. So I would say lower 48 United States. Okay, so far so good. So this is easy. This is not a major problem for you, but it's something that you want to think about because let's face it here, if you want to speak fluently and you want to speak faster for your TOEFL speaking, you definitely do not want to stress every single word in the sentences that you speak during the test. That's not going to work. It's going to take you too long. You're going to end up pausing too much. So by taking your auxiliary verbs, your determiners, and your prepositions and not putting too much stress on those, it allows you to speak faster and more fluently.
To reduce the amount of people dying at younger ages, many developed countries have been educating its citizens about world hunger.
Okay, pretty good. Now I'm going to give you a tip. The word country, the R sound is difficult for you because you pronounce it differently in your own language, right? So you're like countries, but it's conch. It's almost like a CH in there. Countries, countries, trees. Take the word trees, say countries, and then you have the word.
Michael Jackson and other singers a few years ago wrote a song titled Feed the World, which raised millions of dollars for starving children in Africa.
Let's stop there. So I would say they're singers, not singers. Singers.
Many non-profit organizations to feed starving children in many countries spawned from that drive. And it's not uncommon to see television ads in the United States soliciting donations from Americans in an effort to feed those inside and outside the borders of the United States.
Nice pausing. So you paused right after inside and outside the borders of the United States. That was a very long sentence. It was very difficult, but your pausing was very nice.
Consequently, many children who would have otherwise died due to starvation are given vitamins, staple foods, and preventive medicine to help extend their lifespan and quality of life.
Now that last part was a little hard for you on the pause, and let's read it together. Consequently, many children who would have otherwise died due to starvation are given vitamins, staple foods, and preventive medicines to help extend their lifespans and quality of life. So what I did here, Adriana, is I paused after the word starvation. I paused after consequently, and then after starvation, and then I read, and I paused after each of the items, vitamins, staple foods, and preventive medicines, right? A, B, C. So you had a little bit of trouble with your pausing in that last part of the sentence. Okay, now let's get to the next part of what you're doing here. So it looks like I've just given you some feedback on your sentence rhythm. And if I'm giving you a grade here, I'm going to say that you're about 85 to 95% there with sentence rhythm. You understand exactly what that is. You're not having major problems with this. So I think that your sentence rhythm in the English language is good. Now remember, you had more problems with word stress in some of those exercises, but you have fewer problems with sentence rhythm. So I can tell you that. And this week, like I was telling you, take time to listen to music. And then as you're singing, I want you to sing with the speakers and really pay attention to sentence rhythm as you're doing that. Okay, now let's get to your speaking practice test. So the first one says, if you got an extra amount of money, would you save it or spend it immediately? So let's see how you answer this question.
Personally speaking, if I would get an extra amount of money, I would save it for my future or for emergency. I'll start by saying that I would like to save this money for my future. For example, saving a certain amount of money, I will be able to pay tuitions and fees for my future education, which can help me to get a well-paid job and fit into the job market. Additionally, I would save some money for emergency. For instance, as long as I don't have any medical insurance plan, if I will meet with a bad accident, one of the things I'm worried about is money. However, having some savings, I'm not longer concerned about the expenses of getting medical treatment. That's why I prefer to save an extra amount of money. My favorite season of the year.
Well, you get a lot of information in there. That is amazing. This is what I'm talking about. See, you only spoke for 45 seconds, but you got a lot of information in those 45 seconds, but it didn't sound too rushed to me. It sounded like you were talking to me maybe at Starbucks and you were giving me your opinion about something, and I didn't feel like I was having to wait too long for you to communicate your ideas. So I think that your speed, your fluency was pretty good. Now let's slow down a little bit and go back and listen to this speech one more time, and let me break it into smaller parts.
Personally speaking, if I would get an extra amount of money, I would save it for my future or for emergency.
Okay, that. So you have your introduction. You would save the money for your future or for emergencies. All right? So you have your topic statement, kind of breaks up the two key points of your speech. Your intelligibility is pretty good.
I'll start by saying that I would like to save this money for my future. For
Okay, so I'll start by saying that I'd like to save this money for my
example,
future.
saving a certain amount of money, I will be able to pay tuitions and fees for my future education.
Usually tuition is not plural. We usually say to pay my tuition or other fees. So I wouldn't put S on tuition. I think you can look at it as, I'm going to say it's kind of like an uncount noun.
Which can help me to get a well-paid job and fit into the job market.
What was that last word I'm having some trouble with there? Hold on.
To get a well-paid job and fit into the job market.
I don't know. I think you said compete in the job market. I think there's some word stress issues going on. And we'll listen to that one more time.
And fit into the job market. Additionally, I would save some money for emergency.
And there I would put S. I would save some money for an emergency in case of an emergency, or I would save some money for emergencies. So I would put a plural S on emergencies the way that you used it, because you didn't put a or an before that word.
For instance, as long as I don't have any medical insurance plan, if I will meet with a bad accident, one of the things I'm worried about is money. However, having some savings, I'm not longer concerned about the expenses of getting medical treatment.
Wow, that was some incredible grammar. You had very complicated, very advanced grammar. You demonstrated pretty good control of your grammar there.
That's why I prefer to save an extra amount of money.
I would say at the end there, I wouldn't say that's why, I would say which is why. Say which is why I would like to save some money for emergencies, right? So let's take a look at this one. So if I look at the independent speaking tasks, the rubrics that the TOEFL uses, general description, you have definitely addressed the speaking task. You have fully developed your response there. I'm going to say you do maybe have a few minor, very small difficulties with your pronunciation. There was one word in there. I played the speech about 2 or 3 times. I'm still not exactly sure what it is you were saying there. So to me, that's going to cause you some trouble. But overall, you had very good control of your grammar and your language use. I think your topic development, your organization was strong. You had some good details in there. But because of some minor delivery issues, I'm going to give you 24 points out of 30 on this particular practice test. All right, let's go to the last one. So the last one, if I remember correctly, says, what is your favorite season of the year? Be as specific as possible. So again, it's a specific question, and you want to make sure you have a specific answer with some detail. Let's see how you did.
My favorite season of the year is summer because I enjoy practicing outdoors activities and has the perfect weather for my health. First of all, in the summertime, I can have the opportunity to enjoy practicing outdoor activities such as horseback riding, mountain climbing, or even gardening because only in the summer I can have almost daily sunny day and this allows me to stay outside. Second of all, I enjoy summer the most due to its warm weather, which helps me with my health. For example, I suffer from rheumatoid arthritis, and warm weather in the summertime can keep the inflammation away and makes me feel better.
Wow. It's incredible how much information you get in there. That was a lot of information. You were very specific. So it's a good example of how you can take two key points and then you're giving some good specific examples for those points. Now let's listen to your speech again.
My favorite season of the year is summer because I enjoy practicing outdoors activities and has the perfect weather for my health. First,
good. So your topic statement is strong. You like outdoor activities, and then summer is perfect for your health. So you have your two key points.
In the summertime, I can have the opportunity to enjoy.
When you use the word can, it's I can have. Put stress on the main verb. Don't put too much stress on can. Let me give you two examples. I can have, I can't have. I can go, I can't go. So when it's negative, you stress the auxiliary and the main verb. When it's positive, you stress the main verb and not the auxiliary verb.
Practicing outdoor activities such as horseback riding, mountain climbing, or even gardening because only in the summer I can have almost daily sunny day and
I would say almost daily sunny days. That's kind of awkward type expressions. You might say because I can have almost all sunny days, maybe, you might say.
This allows me to stay outside. Second of all,
I would say allows me to stay outside. I would put outside. Outside? I don't know. I guess you could do either one there. Don't worry about that.
I enjoy summer the most due to its warm weather, which helps me with my health.
That was good. So then you said, which helps me with my health, and that ties it back to that second key point of your speech. So you're defending why you made those two ideas.
For example, I suffer from rheumatoid arthritis, and warm weather in the summertime can keep the inflammation away and makes me feel better.
That was strong right there. That was actually a very, very good strategy on your part. You talked about the health. You brought up the example of the rheumatoid arthritis. You even used the word inflammation and how the warm weather keeps your inflammation down. So you're definitely demonstrating very good specific vocabulary. You're demonstrating, I think, advanced vocabulary and basic vocabulary. You use the word horseback riding in there even, right? So I think this one's a little bit better than the last one that I listened to. In this case, I think you have some problems, some minor problems with delivery. I think your grammar and your language use is very strong. Your topic development is very strong. I'm going to put you at 26 points out of 30 on this particular task. So 3.33 out of 4 on this one. So again, 26 points. So very nice. Keep up the good work.